It is official, the merger between the WWE and the UFC to form TKO Group Holdings Limited is indeed complete. Vince McMahon, Mark Shapiro, Ari Emanuel, Triple H, Daniel Cormier, Bianca Belair and Montez Ford and others have all been present today on the New York Stock Exchange to officially open the launch of this brand new company. Plenty of details on that, the opening stock price, media rights negotiations and plenty more in this developing news story. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of TKO Group Holdings. That is the WWE and the UFC being merged together under the Endeavor umbrella. Historic news, a historic day, the beginning of a new era in the world of sports, entertainment, professional wrestling, mixed martial arts, whatever you want to, and however you want to look at it, it's a massive day. Let's get straight into this. We spoke about this earlier on because it was kind of the setup of everything that's happened when we were recording this earlier today. But indeed, now it is official. It has been confirmed. It has been put out that all of these press releases have been released because it has been announced today that Endeavor Group Holdings and World Wrestling Entertainment today announced the close of their previously announced agreement and the launch of TKO Group Holdings Incorporated. TKO brings together UFC, the world's premier mixed martial arts organization, and WWE, an integrated media organization and the recognized global leader in sports entertainment, to create a new premium sports and entertainment company serving more than 1 billion young and diverse fans, reaching viewers in 180 countries, producing more than 350 annual live events. This comes from a press release from TKO. Through this combination, TKO will leverage Endeavor's expertise in areas including domestic and international media rights, ticket sales and yield optimization, event operations, global partnerships, licensing, and premium hospitality to drive revenue growth. Quote, the creation of TKO marks an exciting new chapter for UFC and WWE as leaders in global sports and entertainment, said Ari Emanuel, CEO of Endeavor and TKO. Given their continued connectivity to the Endeavor network, we are confident in our ability to accelerate their respective growth and unlock long-term sustainable value for shareholders. With UFC and WWE under one roof, we will provide unrivaled experiences for more than 1 billion passionate fans worldwide. Quote, this is the culmination of a decades-long partnership between Endeavor and WWE across strategic initiatives, including talent representation and media rights. Given our collaborative, trusted relationship and Endeavor's incredible track record of success growing UFC, we believe WWE is optimally positioned for future growth and success as part of TKO, said Vince McMahon, executive chairman of TKO. Our focus remains on delivering for our fans across the globe as we take the business to the next level alongside UFC and Endeavor. Of course, TKO began trading today on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol TKO, with Endeavor holding a 51% controlling interest in the new company and existing WWE shareholders holding a 49% interest in the new company on a fully diluted basis. Now, the leadership team for TKO has also been confirmed. As previously announced, TKO is led by Ari Emanuel, who will be the Chief Executive Officer, who continues as Chief Executive Officer of Endeavor as well. Mark Shapiro, who you can see in the picture right there, he's the President and Chief Operating Officer, who continues as President and Chief Operating Officer of Endeavor. Andrew Schleimer, who is the Chief Financial Officer, and Seth Krause, the Chief Legal Officer, who continues as the Chief Legal Officer of Endeavor as well. Dana White is now the Chief Executive Officer of UFC, and Lawrence Epstein remains Senior Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of UFC. Nick Khan continues at WWE in the role of President. The board of directors of TKO is led by Vince McMahon as executive chairman of the board, and it consists of 11 members, including Mr. Emanuel, Mr. Shapiro, and Mr. Khan, in addition to the following directors: Peter C.B. Bino, Senior Advisor at DLA Piper, Egon P. Durbin, Co-Chief Executive Officer of Silver Lake, Stephen R. Coonan, Chief Executive Officer of the Atlanta Hawks, Jonathan A. Kraft, President of the Kraft Group, Sonia E. Medina, President and Chief Executive Officer of Reach Resilience, Nancy R. Tellem, Executive Chairperson and Chief Media Officer of ECO, and Carrie Wheeler, Chief Executive Officer and Board Member of Open Door Technologies. There's lots of different advisors. Morgan Stanley & Co. and Goldman Sachs served as financial advisors to Endeavor. Latham & Watkins served as legal advisor to Endeavor, and Alvarez & Marshall served as integration advisor to Endeavor. The Rain Group served as lead financial advisor to WWE. JP Morgan and Moelis & Company served as financial advisors to WWE. Paul Weiss, Rifkind, Wharton & Garrison served as a legal advisor to WWE, and Kirkland & Ellis served as a legal advisor to WWE's controlling stockholder, that being Vince McMahon himself. So that's the press release coming from WWE, as I mentioned, well, actually from TKO Group, that was released earlier today. Now, what's really interesting as well is The Hollywood Reporter has got a bit of an exclusive about this, because they've got comments from Mark Shapiro, Ari Emanuel, and just a general sense of the scale of how big this day is. So, we're ready to fire out the gate, says Mark Shapiro, Endeavor's president and COO, who will hold the same title at the combined company. Endeavor's group holdings mixed martial arts promotion UFC and the sports entertainment powerhouse WWE are officially a tag team, closing a mega combination that was unveiled early in April. Quote, "We're ready to fire out of the gate," says Shapiro, Endeavor's president and COO, who will hold the same title at the combined company TKO Group. With the companies combined, Endeavor and its leadership team will now, quote, "have a much stronger and firmer seat at the table, but our first mission is to fully capitalize on this insatiable demand for premium content and live events." The new publicly listed company, whose stock will be trading on the New York Stock Exchange, consists of two iconic complementary global sports and entertainment brands, UFC and WWE, and is officially called TKO Group Holdings. Its ticker symbol, TKO, is also a reference to the short version of the term technical knockout that is used in combat sports. Endeavor, as I mentioned, owns 51%, a controlling interest in the new company, with existing WWE shareholders owning a 49%. Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel will step into the ring as the CEO of TKO, while also keeping the same title at Endeavor, which also includes talent agency WME and the likes of IMG. WWE Executive Chairman and majority shareholder Vince McMahon serves as Executive Chairman of the newly created firm. Mark Shapiro is President and Chief Operating Officer of both Endeavor and TKO. Dana White will be the CEO of UFC, with WWE CEO Nick Khan now pinning down the new title of President of WWE. Shapiro has told The Hollywood Reporter the executive have traveled frequently between UFC's Las Vegas headquarters and the WWE's new headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, to communicate, ideate, collaborate, and I would say there's very much a meeting of the minds on the opportunity that exists. On a combined basis, UFC and WWE hit 2022 revenue of $2.4 billion and 10% annual revenue growth rate since 2019. Endeavor had previously highlighted. Since going public in 2021, it has been building out its sporting events business, mostly through UFC and to a lesser degree via PBR. Endeavor acquired UFC in 2016 for $4 billion. The merger creating TKO will secure $50 million to $100 million in annual operating synergies, Endeavor has said, but some analysts have argued that could be conservative. Quote, "We think there's potentially more than once we get into real due diligence," Shapiro says, noting the potential for production synergies like satellite trucks and camera equipment. The game plan is to follow the championship example set by the UFC takeover, which delivered $70 million in cost synergies within 2 years of Endeavor's ownership. As such, it's expected that WWE will be integrated into Endeavor's global infrastructure. Endeavor also expects growth in domestic and international media rights for UFC and WWE that are up for renewal just as streaming platforms increasingly show interest in sports rights. It also plans to create more content, increase the number of live events, boost premium hospitality revenue, and bolster sponsorship licensing. Quote, "We will be wringing out cost synergies, but at the same time identifying those areas that are under-monetized or where revenue synergy significantly exists," Shapiro says. He continues by saying, and that's happening across our domestic and international media rights, our sponsorship and global partnerships, our product licensing, enhancing our live events through ticket yield, venue fees, and premium experiences, and then just overall expanding internationally. All of these businesses and doing it with the halo of the Endeavor flywheel, which cannot be underestimated, the influence and impact that will bring. As for the rights talks, which is a big topic of conversation in the world of WWE right now, Shapiro says conversations have already began as it relates to Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown rights, which are coming up for renewal with NBC, Universal, and Fox next year. He said, quote, "We are having very encouraging conversations with several players and platforms at the moment on WWE Raw and SmackDown," Shapiro says. "We're cautiously optimistic. We're in many ways being valued as a unicorn because we're year-round. WWE is a full calendar sports and entertainment platform with significant engagement, strong reach, and attractive demos. And that bodes well for those conversations, and I believe we'll have results that are in line with market expectations. Outside the business prospects of the new behemoth, McMahon is one certainly controversial part of this whole deal. He returned to WWE earlier this year after having in June 2022 voluntarily stepped back from the company and retired amid a misconduct investigation by its board. The probe focused on allegations that McMahon had sexual relationships with employees at the company and had subsequently paid the woman millions of dollars in severance packages and hush money non-disclosure agreements. The company said in November that the investigation had been concluded. Wall Street analysts have focused on the business outlook, though, touting much potential for Endeavor's new mixed martial arts and sports entertainment titan. Quote, "With the media industry increasingly fragmenting, there is clearly scarcity value for premium IP companies," Bank of America analyst Jessica Reif Elrich wrote in a August 28 report. "We believe TKO reflects an opportunity to own a quasi-sports league with robust year-round programming and an attractive financial profile that offers sizable revenue/cost savings." Reiterating her buy rating and $32 price target on Endeavor stock, she highlighted, "We continue to view Endeavor as a collection of highly compelling assets that each individually have exposure to favorable secular tailwinds within the media and entertainment industry. The announcement of share repurchases, the commencement of a dividend, and continued delevering, as well as the recent IMG Academy sale and UFC/WWE deal are all strong signals that management is committed to driving shareholder value." Obviously, I know, again, that's a lot of words there. Now, one person that wasn't named as part of the board of directors was Triple H, Paul Levesque. Triple H is officially not on the TKO board of directors, but still works in his head of creative and talent relations role, according to several outlets, including the likes of Sean Ross Sapp and others. Nick Khan will be above him, so he will be reporting to the president of WWE, that being Nick Khan. Now, in addition to all of this, we can actually get some pictures up on the screen right now of actually what's been going on today at the Wall Street event. As you can see out there on Wall Street, outside the New York Stock Exchange, you had the likes of Mark Shapiro, Daniel Cormier of the UFC, Ari Emanuel, the CEO of TKO and Endeavor, Vince McMahon, the executive chairman of TKO. Then you've got WWE superstars, husband and wife, Montez Ford and Bianca Belair, and then, of course, Paul Levesque, Triple H himself, there as the, the chief content officer of WWE, which is now under the TKO Endeavor umbrella. And there they are as well, Triple H and Vince McMahon. They're together on Wall Street together. Vince McMahon, of course, his first public appearance since he underwent major spinal surgery earlier this year as well. He was reportedly back on the creative duties last night at Raw, although he was not present at the show or in Gorilla or anything like that. Dana White posted out on social media earlier today that he indeed was on Wall Street as well. The president, or actually now the CEO of the UFC, he was there present ahead of today's festivities as well. Triple H posted this on social media saying, "A historic day, the most exciting time in our industry that I've ever been a part of. Are you ready? TKO Group and UFC." Now, again, this is history in the making. You can see everyone pretty much involved there. Executives from Endeavor, from UFC, from WWE. You can see Nick Khan. You can see Vince McMahon. You can also see Kevin Dunn actually there in the back as well as Ari Emanuel, as well as Dana White, as well as Triple H too, as well as several other executives from both WWE, UFC, and Endeavor as well. All part of this new TKO group. You can also see social media accounts that have been created for TKO Group. You can see the cover Photo there includes the likes of Seth Rollins from the WWE, Conor McGregor from the UFC, Ronda Rousey from both WWE and UFC. John Cena's involved in there. Interestingly, you can see on the right there, actually, Impact Wrestling's Knockouts World Champion Trinity, formerly known as Naomi, is also in that cover photo. Why? Not really sure. Not really sure about why she's actually in there. And actually, also TKO have also launched a website for investor relations. It's at tkagroup.com if you want to check that out as well. So when it comes to the Wall Street side of things, what's the stock price? How did it perform today? Well, of course, trading is still ongoing right now, but TKO is officially on the market. On September 12, WWE and UFC officially merged to form TKO, a new publicly traded company. The merger was part of WWE's transaction with Endeavor. The TKO stock price opened at $102, which is higher than the final WWE close price, which came in at $98.05. Vince McMahon, Triple H, Dana White, Ari Emanuel, Nick Khan, Mark Shapiro, and more were present for the opening bell. Bianca Belair and Montez Ford represented WWE at the ceremony as well. Now, we spoke about Ari Emanuel and also Mark Shapiro talking about the media rights negotiations for WWE, in particular Raw and SmackDown, but Nick Khan, the WWE president, has also discussed this as well. WWE is currently in its latest rounds of media rights negotiations as their respective deals with USA Network and Fox are up in 2024. USA Network has been the long-time home of Monday Night Raw, while Fox has hosted SmackDown since 2019. The exclusive windows for both partners has closed, allowing WWE and other platforms to freely negotiate. Speaking to the Sports Business Journal, WWE CEO and now President Nick Khan said he expects to start pushing on negotiations as football season is underway. He said, quote, "You've seen bidding wars between Comcast and Disney on things like Fox assets, which ultimately went to Disney, and Sky, which ultimately went to Comcast," Khan said. "It does make one wonder how this might look down the road as both companies and as TKO enters into these negotiations. We think ratings, relevancy, and revenue for both properties are off the charts, and of course, we always want to grow that." Now, as far as Ari Emanuel, he's actually spoken on the Squawk on the Street program today, saying that TKO are currently in discussion with all platforms for the rights to SmackDown and Raw, both linear and digital. The current deals for both programs end in October of next year. It had been reported and speculated earlier today by Dave Meltzer that SmackDown was looking increasingly likely to not be on Fox this time or around this time next year in October of 2024, with Amazon and Disney being possibly the favorites to land WWE's Blue brand. It would be quite interesting that Triple H was spotted with Jeff Bezos this week, wouldn't it? Certainly very interesting stuff. But what are your thoughts on all of this news regarding TKO? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to smash the like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.